Hello everyone, it's Manga Boy here, coming at you live, pre-recorded in front of a live audience, Ebony, to bring you a beautiful manga haul. Let's dive into it. Yes, Ebony, that's my darling daughter, Ebony. She's a cat. I have a real daughter too now, but my real daughter doesn't walk on four legs, doesn't meow at me, is not soft and cuddly. So, I mean, which is better, really? Which is better? Hard to say. Let's see what we got. Well. Coffee. Oh, no, I got it. Don't mind if I do. Oh, this isn't a sick hardcover. I did not know that. Anyways, I get a little ahead of myself. Let's open up the next one in just 1 second. I got just a few of these loosies for you guys here, so let me just open them up. Most of these got from eBay or Amazon. Jeez. They taped it too good. Oh my goodness. This infuriates Manga Boy to no end. Alright, so we've got us here one of those samurai mangas. 31. Samurai Deeper Kyo. So obviously I'm planning to get Samurai Deeper Kyo at some point. Let's keep rolling. It's a character from Borderlands. His name's Roland. Oh, One Piece Volume 8. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my Volume 8 foil. I couldn't find it, so I bought another one. This is like in pristine condition, though. I don't usually expect that from eBay, but that's sick. That's awesome. Does anybody play this? Does anybody play this? You can have Yuri if you play it. Oh, Loser Ranger. Very nice. We got like kind of a medium-sized box here. So that one was obviously from Right Stuff. Here's another one from Right Stuff. And then I think we'll call it. Right? Why not? Whoa. It's a little too private. I already gave out a Yuri code, okay? God. Selfish. Ooh. That's a good one. That's the mystery shot. What could it even be? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's talk about what we got. So, Sengoku Yoko by Satoshi Mizukami, one of my favorite manga. This has got to be the worst cover art I've ever seen in my life. The Arcade Gathering, Volume 3. The anime has gone past the manga and the English releases. Wand Dance. I think this cover looks amazing. Volume 6. Pretty good series. DRCL, Midnight Children, Volume 1. Based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is a hardcover. Was not expecting that. Holy shit. World Peace, Volume 3. Tokyo Revengers, 13 to 14. I feel like this release schedule has started to pick up a little bit, but, you know, we're still super behind the Japanese release. My Ebony Cat's back. Yes, you. Volume 7 of Alice in Borderland. This, of course, is going to contain volume 13 and 14. It's a 2-in-1. Solos in a Cage, Volume 2. Great series. Pick it up if you haven't yet. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 15. Noragami, Volume 26. Mashal, Volume 13. Helk, Volume 5. Okay, Ebony. My cat thinks that she can be part of the show too. Why not? My Happy Marriage, Volume 4. My wife blew through these already. She's like, when's the fourth one come out? And I was like, actually, like, pretty soon. Mao, Volume 13. J.K. Haro is a sex worker in another world, Volume 6. This might be the last volume, or maybe pretty close to it. Do you guys like cat butt? Do you guys like... Aw, she's happy. Anyways. Samurai Deeper Kyo, Volume 31. Once you get past Volume 30, they get a little bit trickier to find. Go-Go Loser Ranger, Volume 6. Of course, my One Piece volume. Daemons of the Shadow Realm, Volume 2. This release schedule is pretty slow, honestly, but it's by the same creator as Fullmetal Alchemist. I like the shininess on this volume cover, but Mob Psycho Volume 12, of course, way behind where the anime ever left off. Call of the Night, Volume 13. One Punch Man 26. Sotoki Rhetoric, Volume 4. Blue Box, Volume 6. An anthology series of Miroku-chan. I can't believe this is still coming out. I was reincarnated as a villainess in an Otome game, but the boys still love me anyways. Oh, and on the back now, it says, I think, the genders that it involves for the romance novel. So this is male and female. Eden Zero, Volume 24. I'm not sure how much more is left of Eden Zero, but it's now an anime. Marginal Operation, Volume 15. Reunions, Rebound. Classroom of the Elite, Volume 7. Real Account 23 and 24. I'm still waiting for like one of the earlier 3-in-1s, but this is the final volume. Before I can put it on I need to read this shelf. My Hero Academia, Volume 35. Looks like a really cool cover. I like the duality here. It would be really cool if they somehow made it say My Hero Villain on the bottom, but whatever. If you flipped it. This one I thought looked really cool. Blade of the Moon Princess, story and art by Tatsuya Endo, Volume 1. I've noticed they've done a lot of these kind of spines lately, especially with that Kanabashi. I thought that was going to be a Kanabashi Volume 2, actually. This is straight up I Was Reincarnated as a Girl in Another World, Volume 8. These have been like being pumped out. And randomly, totally out of nowhere, Nichijou, Volume 11. It got restarted and rebooted out of nowhere, and so now you can say you're welcome to KGRY or Arwell. They have a box set, which was the original complete in box in Nichijou, and then there's 2 spin-off volumes. There's Helvetica Standard and Helvetica Italic. Bold and Italic, yeah. So those are like based off little skits that happen in between the episodes of the anime, apparently. Anyways, this is just a funny, silly series. It used to be the main source of memes back in the early 2000s. So if you like comedy, definitely check it out. But yeah, cool to see that it's back. Oh, let me show you guys a few pages real quick. So yeah, you can see it's pretty much a 4-coma with like a few colored pages, story pages and stuff like that. It's not really plot driven, it's just a hilarious kind of a thing. So yeah, check it out if you like comedy manga. And of course, this is created by Little Girl in Another World. Not very far in this at all. They literally come out like every month or every other month, I feel like. So yeah, I got far behind on this pretty quick. But yeah, it was an interesting isekai so far from the one volume I read, and now there's 7 more. So yeah, I don't really know much about this series at all, but it does look cool based on the cover, and it is a jump volume, so I'm gonna buy it. It looks like a starship, so it's space samurai. I like that, aliens and such. This should be fun to read. The only time I feel like Space Samurai's done bad was Samurai 7 or 8. Was it? Maybe Samurai 8. By the same creator of Naruto. It was really just too much exposition at the beginning, so it was hard to get into. But towards the end, it started to get interesting, but then it got really rushed, and then it was bad. So yeah, that's probably the only time it's been bad. My Hero. A lot of people seem to be falling off of the anime lately because of where it's at. But I've heard the manga is so much better, and it looks really cool here. So yeah, hopefully it is as cool as that looks. And I'm not going to really show you guys anything from this volume. I do like the spines in this because it looks like it's 2 volumes. I think they do a really good job with this middle crease thing. They have like a gray line, and it's kind of dithered with an opacity between the 2 volume spines. Classroom Day Lead Volume 7. I'm pretty caught up to date on this series. I remember it being kind of okay where I left off, but definitely won't be reading it ASAP anytime soon. It'll go on my TBR, like recent series, ones that are actively coming out. Marginal Operation 15. Haven't checked this one out yet. I heard it is a really interesting, fun tactical manga. Hopefully it is as exciting as everybody says it is, but I really don't like tactical war manga. I pretty much got it initially because it was on sale, and then I just got it because it came out from there on. But yeah, so I got it from the Right Stuff sales. It was always on sale, like every, holiday sale, birthday sale. I usually get it if it's like I don't have anything else to get. Eden 024. Like I was saying, I don't know if this is how much more is left of this, but Eden Zero has been a really good read. If you're a big fan of Fairy Tail, maybe you won't like this as much, but if you're a huge fan of Rave Master, you probably will. Wow, that looks sick. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Eden Zero. Space wars, fighting, spaceships. Whew. This one I've been not the biggest fan of, but yes, this exists as well. I kind of thought that this was 4 and done, but it doesn't say the end, so maybe it's not. Oh well. So I've only read, I think, the first 2 volumes maybe, but I was waiting on volume 3 or something like that. So I have 3 now, and now I have 4. I might have been waiting for volume 2 and I only read 1 volume. I don't know. Hard to remember sometimes with these manga. The Otome ones specifically. So this is an anthology collection. I'm sure just a bunch of short stories that are in the Meiroko-chan universe, involving main characters and side characters alike. We've all seen these kind of manga before. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're trash. It all just... Is that a JoJo reference? Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're trash. Blue Box Volume 6. I've been a big fan of the series. I feel like this is a good rom-com. People complain that it doesn't focus as much on the badminton side of things as it should, or the rom-com side of things, but I feel like it kind of balances it well. But it definitely does not have that badminton sports manga feeling. It's definitely a rom-com slice of life, but I've been enjoying it so far. Usotoki Rhetoric, very similar to this series I watched on TV called Poker Face. This girl can tell people are lying or not, and she teams up with this guy, and they make money together, and they get people out of bad situations. And yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's a fun mystery manga. One Punch Man 26. I guess we are so behind Japan, it is criminally insane, but this has been a really cool monster arc. This has been a really cool arc for One Punch Man. I cannot wait for this to be adapted into the anime. Hopefully it's not as trashy as Season 2 was. When I watched Season 2, I really didn't think it was that bad, but then I read Season 2, and I was like, ooh, that was a lot better. So I guess if you don't read the manga, you don't really know what you're missing. So don't read it. or only read it after Season 1. Call of the Night Volume 13. That is an odd cover to me. It doesn't make sense, but whatever. Yeah, another series that got really popular, blew up once the anime came out. I believe this has gone way past the anime at this point. I'm not 100% certain, but you can see it looks like a pretty quick and easy read. Maybe not actually, but it's been one of the more popular manga. Daemons of the Shadow Realm by the same author as Fullmetal Alchemist. I thought the first volume was interesting. Don't entirely know what it's about, but these two twins were kind of hidden away from society, and then now a outside force is breaking it through a barrier where they are thought to have lived. And so, yeah, kind of still learning what's going on, why the outside world was shielded off, why these two twins are so special, that kind of a thing. Let's see. Mob Psycho 100. I don't really know where we left off. Oh, okay. Looks like we are fighting the main villain of season 2. That's actually a little further than I would have thought. So that's good. But yeah, I guess that's it. So as you can probably tell, the art to Mob Psycho 100 is not great. This has not been redrawn like it was for the other series. The other series being One Punch Man. There we go. So yeah, it wasn't redrawn like it was for One Punch Man. So this is just kind of the raw drawing ability of the author. So it's not great, but it is certainly better than it was at the beginning. The beginning few volumes of Mob Psycho 100 are pretty bad. I really like how they made this cover like really shiny on the Mob Psycho part, and even on the spine it's shiny too. The gold there. One Piece, Don Krieg. Mostly MA from the One Piece live action, which is too bad. Go Go Loser Ranger, Volume 6. This is like a very inappropriate position. How will D choose between Devil and the Deep Blue Sea? Well, probably, it's like a One Piece reference, right? Anyways, he probably will choose the Devil, I would think. I heard this is like a very gory kind of Power Rangers spinoff, well, maybe knockoff or inspired story. I don't know how to say it. So yeah, I've been looking forward to reading this series. It's on my reading list, as well as 100 other things. Samurai Deeper Kyo, Volume 31. Of course, waiting for the entire series to come in. I figured if it's over 30 volumes, it must be pretty decent. When I was younger, I would always see it being sold, and I would say, do I want this, or do I want like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach? And I would always pick, those instead of Samurai Deeper Kyo. But now that I am grown and Samurai Deeper Kyo is out of print, it is a little trickier to find. Great job. Naruto One Piece, very easy to find. Go figure. J.K. Hart is a sex worker. A few inappropriate scenes in it, but it's really not as terrible as you might expect. I kind of expected it to be just like straight up porn. It's not. There's definitely more involved into it than that, and there's a few kind of adult themes. There's like rape involved into it. There's abuse. There's a lot of like things that happen in it. It's pretty much what if you are a woman reborn in another world and you don't really have any powers? Well, you're probably going to become a sex worker, because what else is a fantasy world that is mainly focused on men empowerment gonna have you do? Because if you don't have magic, you can't support the team. If you're not religious, you can't be the healer. And so she doesn't really have any skills because she's a high schooler from our world. And so she figures, the only thing that she can do to get by is be a prostitute. So she is working in a brothel. It's kind of her life through it. So yeah, it's an interesting perspective of things. So I really find it enjoyable. They point out a lot of things that you wouldn't really think about, which are cool. But it is a shorter series, so I think that this is getting close to the end. But they hinted at Haru having some sort of ability, so I hope that she really does have something else going on. But she's a trooper. She's gone through some hard shit. There is no question about that. It makes it very interesting to read, in my opinion. Mao Volume 13 of the series is by the same creator as Inuyasha, Rinne, Mesa Nikoku. The list goes on and on and on. I've actually kind of started to warm up to this series. Once it got going, I've been really more involved into it. I feel like that happens to a lot of Rumiko Takahashi works. It makes it going. Once it's going, it's gone. My Happy Marriage Volume 4. I found out that Volume 3 has a few ink splashes on it, which is really annoying, but it's fixable to say the least, because you can just replace it from a bigger retailer and say, hey, this has ink in it, and then they'll just say, okay, here's your money back. So yeah, she was really looking forward to getting this volume in. Hulk Volume 5. This series has been pretty interesting. Essentially, this guy who's over here, I suppose, is trying to become the next Demon Lord, but he's a human hero, and people are like, dude, you're obvious, or one person is like, you're obviously just trying to take over the demon realm, and everyone else is like, wow, what a good guy he is. You know, he's really helping here to support the demons. And she's like, are you stupid? He's clearly trying to take over the demon realm and let the humans win. And then he's like, nope, I love demons. And they're like, see, you just said he loves demons. And it's a comic manga. I love it. Pretty big jump. Mashal Volume 13. This series has ended in Japan, so we are moving towards the end. And you know, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of it pretty much the whole time through. Every time I feel like something cool is happening, it gets kind of undercut by like, and the main character just wins. And I hate that. But recently he had like no shot, and so that made it really cool. But I heard that, you know, of course, that was a rarity. It's not going to keep happening, so that's too bad. Noragami Volume 26. Love this series. It's about a character who is trying to become a god again. Well, not again. He's trying to become a well-known god. He's currently like a lesser god. And he used to be a huge violent guy who would be a master murderer. He's trying to not be that anymore, okay? He's trying to be like Yato, and he does this guy. He does these little like household tasks. You give him a call, he comes and help, and it's nice and easy, but there seems to be a bigger mystery afoot, and he's trying to help figure it out, save all the gods that are good, get rid of all the gods that are bad, that kind of a thing. It's been a fun series so far. Definitely recommend checking it out if you're a big fan of like Japanese lore, gods, deities, that kind of a thing. And of course, action. But yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. It's not as popular as it should be, in my opinion. Don't Toy With Me, Mr. Nagatoro Volume 15. Wow, that's hilarious. This series is a lot better than I ever would have thought. It is a lot better than it, you know, even gives itself credit for. I feel like it is oftentimes posed off as just like this lollybait ass series, but it really is not. It's a lot more fun. It's a much better slice of life than something like Kubo Won't Let You Be Invisible. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking out this series if you like slice of life, rom-coms, that kind of thing. Definitely more than meets the eye with it, especially on this one, because like I feel like I just showed you guys like 100 different pictures of this girl who's topless, which is the class president who's constantly topless because she's like a huge nudist for whatever reason. But like, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, but like it's not usually like that. But sometimes it is. It looks like this time is that kind of time. Solace in a Cage is a very dark series. I've read it all already. I really enjoyed it. I strongly recommend checking it out. The series is about a girl who escapes this place where she was born. It's a big cage where all these prisoners are, and it's like a huge town. And in that town, people, because they're prisoners, are, you know, murderers, killers, rapists, thieves, etc., etc. And so this girl gets out of here because she was born in it, and she loses her brother behind when she's leaving. And she leaves when she's like a kid, so there's not much she can do about it. So then she goes back in and she tries to save her brother. She's been training as an assassin to get by, find her brother, all these things. And that's her story. It's a ton of gruesome violence, but I highly recommend it. It is a great story. Alice in Borderland Volume 7. I'm deeply behind on this series, something I should really fix because I actually think this series is really interesting. We do a lot of fun games between characters who are trying to get like a full deck of cards, essentially. Once they get a full deck of cards, we are presuming that they can leave, but nobody really knows what it's going to do. They just think that. This goes up to Volume 14, which it looks like Volume 14 is just all side stories, which is a little unusual, but okay. You know, I don't really know what that's about. Tokyo Revengers Volumes 13, 14. This, of course, has gone past the anime at this point. Not quite sure where we're at. But yeah, if you guys were interested in Tokyo Revengers, you know, I guess this is a way to check it out. Another way would be to read it online through Kodansha's website or app, which I have heard is still pretty trashy. But yeah, not sure where this gets to. Excited to find out. I've been liking Tokyo Revengers so far. World Peace. This series is about this guy who likes basketball and he gets sent to this other world and he's trying to get home and he's trying to also figure out what's going on. It's kind of like isekai, but I don't really know what's going on quite yet because I only read one volume. but there are now 3. And this series I don't know really anything about, but I got it pretty much because everyone says it's amazing. Oh, that looks cool. So obviously it's some sort of a manga adaptation of Dracula. It looks like it's largely just pictures. So this will be a very good read. Quick read, I meant to say. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I don't think I really need to know much about it. If you know Dracula, you know Dracula. So yeah, I'm excited to read through this series. Not sure how. My name is Count Dracula, the last chapter. Not sure how many volumes this is, but yeah, I've heard good things about this series in the past. Hopefully they are correct. Wand Dance, I really enjoy this dancing manga, which is really unusual because I really don't like dance. I think it's not for me. I think it's kind of dumb. Anyways, I really like the way they draw the characters dancing. They use these extra lines to denote movement. When this series gets a anime, I think it's going to be absolutely insane with all these different colors and shit they can have going everywhere. All these lines. I like the color lines, call me a sucker, but I don't know. I really like them. So I pretty much just see like the movement here, and I think of all the different colors and things like that. And with the music, I think it'll really make things so much better. But I do like this manga quite a bit. It's about this guy who has like a social anxiety kind of a thing. He's got a stutter, doesn't really like talking to people, and he's learning how to express himself through dance. He just dances like casually, but then he meets this girl right here, and this girl like teaches him like the world of competitive dance, and they're both trying to get into it now. And so yeah, that's where we're at with it. It's been a blast. If you have any interest in dance, you should check it out. Of course, there is, I think, only like 2 other dance manga. One of them is like a ballroom dance manga. The other one, I don't even know what it is off the top of my head right now, but I probably have it. But yeah, this is, I think, the other one that's actually going. I think the ballroom one that I was talking about before is like on hiatus or something like that, or maybe it's recently back. I'm not sure. Dark Gathering Volume 3. This is a very spooky, dark manga by Shonen Jump. It has a lot of blood and violence and gore. So yeah, you should know that going into it. It's super creepy. But this is definitely behind the anime. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? He's got brains? This is no, this is not right. This is like William Shakespeare with brains. Oh my god. All right. There's one of them where there's like this big suicide cult. This ghost makes people kill themselves. This manga is fucking dark, okay? It is fucked up. I heard somebody say that it wasn't great towards the end, but I mean, like right now, it is disturbed. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely check this out. Big fan of it so far. I was really looking forward to it coming out. So glad I was on my radar. Again, this is the worst cover I've ever seen in my life, probably. It's up there anyways. That is the most bizarre face. Her eyes are like 3 times the size of her head. Almost. And then like her way, it's like there's so many things wrong with this. Like I don't get it. Anyways, the art on the inside is probably much better than anything on the back. I've been a big fan of Satoshi Mizukami. I've read series like Planet With, or I've watched Planet With, I haven't read it. I thought that was a super good series. They also did Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I heard the anime was done dirty, but at least there is one now. And then there's also, what else is it? Spirit Circle, that series is also amazing. So yeah, he's involved in a lot of my favorite series, and there's a few other anime that he helped direct or write that I was a huge fan of as well. I guess this one is his ongoing one, which is really shocking to me. No, it can't be, because it says this from 2009, so this has to be one of his older ones. So that makes sense, because the art is like not as good as he's up to. Oh, you know what? The current one I think is World Ends Solte. That's what it is. World Ends Solte has been interesting. But yeah, this must be one of the older ones. It's got to be. Anyways, it definitely is an earlier. It definitely isn't great art, but is not as bad as that one on the front cover there. It is certainly most pages look better than that front cover one. I can't believe it. Don't really know much about what this one is, but yeah, excited to hear it. Read about it just because Satoshi Mizukami. I'm a simp. That is it. Okay, that's all I got for you. It's like over 30 minutes long, so you're welcome for entertaining you for 30 minutes, hopefully. So we will see you next time, where I've got one more probably good haul left of me from this monthly catch-up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.